What's up, guys? Rambling Collector back here with another comic review, and I'm actually pretty excited to talk about this little miniseries. Especially now, considering what I've heard that IDW will no longer be selling the Transformers comics anymore. Essentially, they're going to give up the license to it. Which, this is a hard pill to swallow, with that fact that by the end of this year, IDW will no longer be selling any Transformer comics. Even though I've just now gotten into it now, I feel like it's a little bit too late now. But even so, I'm still going to enjoy it while it lasts, and I figured, in order to do so, I'd like to talk about some of the miniseries that they have pumped out as of recently. The first one, of course, will be Shattered Glass. Now, oddly enough, this one is not a brand new concept. This is in fact a reboot of the original comic done by Fun Publications back through the official Transformers convention of BotCon. And if I'm going to be honest with you guys, in just 5 issues, they managed to actually create a very fascinating world. We're in this one with the Autobots being evil and the Decepticons being the heroes. But in this one, the Decepticons have lost and the Autobots have won. And yet despite this, the Autobots themselves are now fractured, with Cybertron being this blasted hellscape with 3 major city-states, each one being controlled by a different Autobot, with Optimus Prime, Prowl, and Goldbug due to a grab for power. Meanwhile, the Decepticons themselves, who've been forced to retreat back to their blasted homeworld, are as of now being hunted on a regular basis by the Autobots, hunted down like cattle, with Megatron himself in exile. And honestly, guys, I really like this concept, and I so wish they'd give us more. Because number 5 left us on such a cliffhanger that I really wish they will do more. And maybe, hoping to God that whoever does get the license to do Transformers comics next will actually continue the Shattered Glass storyline, because this is too good of a story not to continue. So the first issue opens up with Blur, an Decepticon hunter, tracking down the Seeker Starscream, who has taken some major battle damage and is still not doing too well. Even despite that, Starscream still keeps on fighting, but Blur tries to convince Starscream to go along with him, trying to play the part of, hey, I've switched sides, I don't want to fight anymore, the war is over, only for Starscream to trick Blur and then go on to try to find Megatron in exile. From there, we actually get a bit more of Megatron's backstory in issue 2, where he was part of a peaceful uprising to grant freedom for all, instead of keeping up with the caste system, which in this timeline Optimus Prime supported, but Megatron was fully against it. And from there, we actually see how at one point the Decepticons actually did go to Earth, fighting the Autobots there. And from there, we actually see them going on their final battle, where Bumblebee, in this timeline, was destroyed, but rebuilt as Goldbug, whereas Megatron, in his mindset, he failed to stop Optimus, and thus he puts himself into a self-imposed exile to atone for his failure. Whereas his soldiers, they fully believe in Megatron as a hero, as they view it as Megatron sacrificing himself to give the Decepticons time to retreat and regroup, knowing the fact that they were outnumbered and likely going to die horribly from Optimus's Autobots. But in the end, we actually see Starscream getting captured for the fact that he's what is known as a speaker. Someone who's able to communicate with these massive, gigantic Transformers known as Titans, who were supposedly the original colonizers of the Transformers and their many planets, as well as, essentially they are like gods to the Transformers, these Titans, with Starscream essentially being a Titan speaker. Throughout it all, so we see how Megatron rallies the Decepticons to save Starscream from capture by Goldbug. And honestly, it does leave on a tragic note for the loyal second-in-command. And in all honesty, you guys, this is why I wish there would be more, as it left off on such a bad cliffhanger that I want there to be more to the story just to see what happens next. The art style really does a very good job of painting a more grim, dark storyline here, where the roles are reversed, with the Decepticons being in exile and the Autobots have won, but with a difference in perspective, with the Decepticons now essentially just trying to survive while the Autobots rule over a blasted Cybertron. And although we didn't get to see much of Optimus in this series, or at least like a final climactic battle between Optimus and Megatron, at the very least, I hope that whoever does pick up the license might continue this series, so that we do get to see that. I honestly hope to God that we do. All in all, though, I would definitely recommend giving this miniseries a try if you want a taste of something different from Transformers. Like if you want to see heroic Decepticons and evil Autobots, like if you want to see a heroic Megatron, Starscream, and Soundwave, this is the best way to see that. Just everything. Like, first of all, Megatron is now like a self-imposed exile hero, while Starscream is the most loyal second-in-command you'd ever see, who idolizes Megatron to a ridiculous degree. Honestly, this one caught me by surprise when I first saw it, and though I am disappointed at the fact that it's only 5 issues, something is better than nothing, am I right? So all in all, I would definitely recommend giving Shattered Glass a try, especially now. That way you can add it to your collection and enjoy a nice little mini story. All in all, I would say this is a must read. All in all, you guys, thank you again for listening, and I'm really excited to cover some more of the other miniseries within the IDW universe. If you would like me to cover any other comic miniseries, please let me know in the comments section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you're interested for more content. And this is Rambling Collector signing off for now. Thank you all again for listening. Have a nice day.